Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be showing you how to draft this notch collar jacket. So we'll be making the basic body first. So we'll measure the bust point, the waistline, whatever your waistline is, you measure the waistline, then the jacket length. Okay, so the way I place the paper, I'll be using the whole of the pattern paper for the jacket length. Okay, so let's just mark those points. Cross check your measurement, make sure they are accurate. Then you pick up your ruler and pardon me, it's looking as if it's not straight, but it's straight. It's just the position of the camera now. So you can see the lines are straight. Then you go on and measure your neck width. But first, please, we are drafting the back first. Then in the shoulder length, come down by 1 inch. You can come down by 1 inch or 3/4 inch for the shoulder slope. But I came down by 1 inch. Then you connect it to the neck width. Then you measure your armhole depth. So cross check whatever you have at the top and make sure it's the same. So your armhole depth, you divide your bust round divided by 6 plus 1.5. Okay, so where the armhole stop, that line is going to serve as the chest line. So I'll go ahead and create the armhole curve for the back. Remember I said we are drafting the back first. So the neck depth for the back, I use 1 inch. A jacket or a notch collar jacket is high at the back, so 1 inch is okay. 1 inch, okay. So this is it. Then the next thing, we'll move to the waistline and measure our nipple to nipple distance for that placement. So whatever your nipple to nipple is, divided by 2 and measure it. So I'll mark it on the waistline, on the chest line. Then from the chest line, I'll come down by 1 inch. Then connect it to the waistline. Okay. Then you need to differentiate the jacket length from the hemming allowance. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do now. I didn't mark it out before, the actual length. So measure your top length first. So you can see the down part, 2 inches is for the hemming allowance. So from the length now, I'll measure the nipple to nipple distance also. Then go up by 2 inches. Then I'll connect it to the waistline. So that is where the dart will stop. Then on both sides on the waistline, I'm going to measure ½ inch on both sides of this line on the waistline. Then connect it like this. So by the time we transfer it to the fabric, this is how you're going to sew the dart on the fabric. So that is it for the dart. Then the next thing, you go to the chest line and fixing your bust round divided by 4. Then your seam allowance. So I use 1.5 inches for seam allowance. On the waistline too, put in your waist round divided by 4. Your dart allowance, which is 1 inch, and also 1.5 inches for seam allowance. On the jacket length or the top length, you fix in your hip round divided by 4, then plus seam allowance also. Okay, so you connect it together like this. If you don't want to use the curved part of your ruler, you can just use the straight part. It will still come out well. So this is it for the back of our jacket. Okay. Then on the waistline, in order to make this jacket more fitted, I went in by ½ inch on the waistline. I went in by ½ inch and connect it slantly downward. So this is to help reduce excess fabric, and it will allow your jacket to lie firm on your body at the back. Not the way I roll it. So that means we'll cut out this part. By the time you are cutting the fabric, you cut it out. Then you add joining allowance when you're cutting fabric. So now let's work on the front. In order to do the front, you need to leave some space at the top. So I left about 5 or 6 inches at the top. Then at the center front too, I left about 5 inches. Okay, so you see the reason for that as we go on. So you leave some space at the top and also at the center front. Then I measure my bust point, just what we did for the front. Measure my bust point, then my under bust. So for the front now, I just mark the under bust. Then the waistline, then the top length and the hemming allowance. My top length is 25, then the hemming allowance 2 inches. That's 27 altogether. Okay, then you connect this marked point together, roll it out. So for the under bust, I just use dotted line because we are not actually using it like that. Okay, so after all this is done, I now went on to um mark the actual top length, so that when I'm working on the dart, it will be easy. Okay, so now we'll go on and measure the neck width, which is 3 inches. Measure the shoulder, then you mark your shoulder slope, 1 inch for shoulder slope, and you connect shoulder slope to your neck width. Then you measure your armhole, also your bust round divided by 6 plus 1.5. Then you connect it also. Then you just create the chest line. Just find the distance between your armhole depth and your bust point. So that's where you mark your chest line. Okay, then for the front, you find the midpoint of this armhole, divide it by 2, wherever it is, mark it, then go in by 3/4 inch, and you create the curve. You know, we use this curve for the front in order to remove excess fabric around the bust area too. So on the waistline, you fix in your nipple to nipple distance. Then from the bust point, come down by 2 inches, connect it to the waistline. Then on the top length, actual top length, measure your dart placement. Then you need to go up by 2 inches also. So on the waistline, you're going to measure ½ inch on both sides. Okay, so now on the top length, I'm going up by 2 inches. And then the ½ inch on both sides, and you connect it this way also. Note, we are just creating the basic dart. This is just a basic dart, okay? So now on the chest line, we're going to fix in our bust round. Bust round divided by 4. Whatever your bust round divided by 4 is, then add your seam allowance. Then on the waistline also, fix in your waist round divided by 4, 1 inch for that, then your seam allowance. Then on the top length, your hip round divided by 4 plus seam allowance. Note, I did not put that allowance on the hip and on the bust because there's no dart there. So I only added that allowance to the waist. Now we'll connect it like this. Okay, so now we are done with the basic bodice part. So I just want to cut the excess paper just to reduce the load on our work table. Okay, so now to the collar part. Creating our notch collar, I'm going to measure 3 inches for the neck depth and create the neck round this way, the neckline this way. Then on the center front, I'll be adding 1 inch down to the hem line for button stand. For jackets this type, we use 1 inch for the button stand. So measure the 1 inch up till your neckline. This is for button stand. Please don't forget. So I'm using dotted line here because it's going to be covered by the collar. You understand later, please. So now we need to decide how wide you want your lapel to be. That's the part of the fabric that will fall back on your chest. Okay, so I measured from the main center front, I measured 2.5. Then you will now decide where you want the lapel to stop. Is it on the bust point, under the bust, or waistline? Okay, so now from my under bust, I went up by 1 inch. Then I connected this way. So I want this lapel to stop just below the breast, below the bust, okay? Then you now connect it. This is just for illustration. So that's why I'll be using dotted line or pencil. It's just to show you how the lapel will fall back from the insertion point to where it will fall back. Okay, then I'm going to extend this line up above the neckline because this is where we're going to transfer the back neckline. So whatever you have on the back neckline, measure it. You can measure it either way. So I think I have about 4 inches. So whatever you measure, the exact thing you measured, okay, I have 3.5. That's what you will transfer to this line. Then you now extend it forward with about 3.5 inches because that is the part that will fall at your back. Okay, that's the back that will fall. So now, just watch the video carefully. It's simple, guys. So this is how it is for the lapel. So that dotted line just to show you how the lapel will relax. But this one I'm creating now is for the collar, the back collar. So after creating it this way, at this center front, from the actual center front here, come out by 1 inch, then go up with about 1 inch and connect it slantly. So this is the part that will give us the notch on the collar. So if you like, you can extend this notch part as high as you want. It doesn't have to be by 1 like that. Okay. So then back to the neckline, I realized I need to make some adjustments on the straight line because it needs to fall on the neckline properly. So just make sure that line is straight. It fall on the neckline properly. Okay, so this is it with the collar. Guys, it's as simple as this. If you're able to achieve it this way effortlessly, your garment or your jacket will come out well. So on the hem line, I just try to create a bit of style there. Just something stylish. Went up by about 1.5 inches and blend it. Then we'll go ahead and cut carefully. Make sure you follow the marker or your pencil. Follow the pattern properly, please. So first, I'm removing the basic bodice from it because we have to separate the collar from the bodice. You cut it differently, then join it together. Then now we are cutting the collar. Just do this part carefully. So if you watch this video to this point, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Okay. So I'm just trying to label it. Then these other parts will be on fold when you are cutting it. Make sure you label the collar very well. Then when you are cutting on the fabric, you're going to add joining allowance all through, except for the part that is on fold. You're going to add joining allowance. Then remember what I said about the notch part. You can increase that part maybe about 1.5 by 1.5 or even 2. So it depends on how you want, how wide you want the collar or the notch parts to be. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up, please. Thank you.